announced at CES 2022, and we've got our hands on it. So what do we think of the Skagen Falster Gen 6 smartwatch, and how does it stack up against its biggest competitor, the Samsung Galaxy Watch 4? Goedendag, weer DHRME. Dudes having really marvelous entirement.
All right, let me be very clear. I do not know why Skagen made this watch because there is absolutely no reason to get it. There are maybe two reasons, and we'll get to that. Here we have it, guys, the Skagen Falster Gen 6. Let's unbox it, and as we go along, I'm gonna read out some specifications to you. But one thing to keep in mind, Skagen was bought over by Fossil, so the specifications are pretty much the same as you get on the Fossil Gen 6, which is a couple of months old already. Okay, a bunch of things are similar on the Skagen compared to the Fossil Gen 6. The processor is the same, the Qualcomm Snapdragon Wear 4100 Plus, 1 GB of RAM, 8 GB of storage, a 1.28-inch screen with 326 pixels per inch. Got your loudspeaker microphone to be able to take calls and answer them, and make calls, sorry. There's connectivity, there's a bunch of sensors, including heart rate as well as in SpO2 for blood oxygen. And it also promises 80% charge in half an hour of charging it, which is pretty impressive. And so you'll be at about full charge in an hour. Now, a difference you will notice from the Fossil Gen 6, 5 atmospheric water resistance. The case is 41 millimeters and 20 millimeter lug width, and they're interchangeable, so you can swap out this strap if you'd like. The one we have over here is called the Midnight Silicone in black, but you can get it in espresso leather, silver, stainless steel mesh, charcoal stainless steel mesh, and a midnight stainless steel mesh. So a lot of options you got there. On the Fossil you do as well, slight variations because you got a men's version and a women's version as well. It does run Wear OS 2. Now, this is a big topic all across the news, is that it still comes with an older version of Wear OS. Now, it's not entirely Fossil or Skagen's fault because they're still waiting for the rights on Wear OS 3 from Google. So the expectation is that they'll get it round about mid-2022. So it's a future promise. Probably will get it, but you don't get it when you buy it right now. All right, and the Skagen Falster Gen 6 retails at $295 on their website, and on Amazon, it's the same price, probably because they just released. But if you compare it to the Fossil Gen 6, it also retails for around $299 on the $299 US dollars on the website, but on Amazon, you could get it for around $229. So keep that in mind. It's very possible that Skagen will play with prices, so keep an eye out in the description for the latest prices by using the links. All right, let me be very clear. I do not know why Skagen made this watch because there is absolutely no reason to get it. There are maybe two reasons, and we'll get to that. But starting off, it makes very little sense, and I'll tell you why, is because we're comparing it to another watch I have here. We've done a bunch of reviews on this on the channel. It's the Samsung Galaxy Watch 4, and this one I have on this wrist is the Skagen Gen 6. I'm super surprised. As a consumer, I wouldn't buy this Skagen watch at all. As a consumer, I would go for this. Let me explain. So starting off, just purely on the specifications, you see that the Galaxy Watch 4 comes with more RAM and storage, right? So 1.5 gigabytes of RAM, 1 gigabyte of RAM, 16 gigabytes of storage, 8 gigabytes of storage. So over there, you've got a difference already in terms of, processing capability as well as storage for apps as well as any other kind of data you want to store. Another huge difference, the screen on the Skagen is nice, is definitely nice. But when I was comparing it to the two, I kind of preferred the Samsung. So while looking at the specs, it was quite obvious as well, because the Skagen comes with 326 pixels per inch, like I mentioned, but the Samsung Galaxy Watch 4 has 530 pixels per inch. Now that's a huge difference, and you notice it. So for display, it really has to go to the Samsung Galaxy Watch 4. All right, another huge difference between these two is in terms of options. On the Skagen, you only get the Bluetooth option, the Bluetooth Wi-Fi option in one case size, right? That's the 41 millimeters. Whereas Samsung has a couple of options. So you can get it in the normal Bluetooth Wi-Fi option, but you can also get an LTE version. So if you want to use your watch independent of your phone, then Samsung's your pick, right? At least it gives you that option. And again, if you want customization, this one had a lot of options like I mentioned, right? But a lot of strap options, case options, but the Samsung just has many more. You can get the Watch 4 in a 40 and a 42 millimeter, but you also have a Watch 4 Classic, which you can get in a 44 and a 46 millimeter. That's a bunch of options you have there as well, but you can also get the watch in a host of strap options. And 2 to 4 colors depending on which one you get, whether the Classic or the Galaxy Watch 4. Well, a huge gripe I had on the Galaxy Watch 4 is battery life. That's the number one reason why I would not recommend it, because you get a day, you can squeeze out a couple of more hours with some battery saving tips. Check out this video for that, but it's still not great. Now, the Skagen is gonna get you something similar as well, based on what the Falster Gen 6 was like, as well as what other reviewers have said after the CES event. So for battery life, neither is going to be your pick. Getting to the core of the differences is really on the software that it's running. As I said, this one is running Wear OS 2. This one is running Wear OS 3, which is the only product on the market right now that sports the latest version of Wear OS. Now, that might make a difference to you. In terms of performance, I haven't really noticed a huge difference. Both are quite snappy. But then again, it's a first look, so we're going to have to see how that fares later with time. Another difference is the price. Now, this one retails on the website for $250, the Galaxy Watch 4. This one, again, just to remind you, $295. So that's already a $50 difference. However, the Galaxy Watch 4 or on Amazon or other retailers, you could get it as low as $199. So we're getting to about a $100 difference between these two. So that's nothing to ignore, because you're getting so many more features on the Galaxy Watch 4, latest software, better performance, better display, more case and strap options. But for 100 more, what are you getting? Well, let me tell you. There's absolutely no reason to get this watch, period. The only reason you'd get it are the looks. It looks pretty damn good. I thought I liked the Galaxy Watch 4, but I like the Skagen Falster a lot more. Something about Danish design, right? So it looks great. The pushers, the crown, the rotating crown, it just feels right. The lugs look nice. It looks like a watch. It looks like a classy watch. And we got this option because it was the only one available. But you know, if you get the mesh one, I think that looks a lot sleeker. So design is the reason you'd go for it over the Galaxy Watch 4. So why would you get this one, which is $100 more than the Galaxy Watch 4? Reason number 2, because it works with iOS. That's very unique, because this one, the Galaxy Watch 4, does only work with Android. Doesn't work with iPhone. So if you have an iPhone, you're not too fond of the Apple Watch, you're looking for alternatives, you don't like the likes of Fitbit, etc., and you want Wear OS, go for the Skagen, because it offers support for iOS. Now, so does the Falster Gen 6, so you're gonna have to kind of decide between the two. Personally, I like this one in terms of looks, and if I'm an iOS user and I don't want the Apple Watch, it's an option, right? Now, we don't know what's gonna happen once Skagen does get Wear OS 3, whether it'll continue to support it. Rumors say they will, and I believe Skagen also mentioned that they do want to support iOS. So we're gonna have to see what happens with that. So that's it, guys. On paper, not very impressive. In real life, it looks like it's going to be very similar to the Gen 6. So, like I said, I wouldn't buy it. We would not recommend it. But if we would, there would just be 2 reasons. That would be the design as well as its support for iOS. So, if you're still interested, or if you're interested in this watch, the Galaxy Watch 4, check the links in the description and let us know what you would want to know more about the Skagen Falster Gen 6.
You've been skipping the Skagen, and we've been DHRME. Namaste.